Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Davi. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie. Welcome back to another Tony Tuesday.
How you doing?
For our viewers and listeners, we hope you guys are doing well. Just a quick heads up, this episode is also available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, specifically the discussion portion of the show.
And you can watch it uncut with us as well on Patreon or here on YouTube if you become a member. Patreon link is in the description. The membership button should be right next to the subscribe button. It's $5 a month. We'll give you a countdown. Just have to have your own copy of the episode and you can watch along with us.
And if you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and also hitting that notification bell so that you can be notified for when you have a new upload. And y'all, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up.
Yes, sir.
Abe and Charlie, how y'all doing?
We're good.
Chilling. Abe just celebrated another year.
Yeah, another year.
Another 365.
Yep, great. Appreciate all the love.
What are you, 40?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Almost there. Went to karaoke last night.
Yeah.
With some friends. It was fun. Charlie missed out. Lame ass.
Sorry.
It was really funny actually though, because we went to like this Korean place and it's a hot pot place. But underneath, like they have like massive basement and all these karaoke rooms, and like they're really, really nice. The one thing is like you get to the karaoke room and the screen is like big for you to pick the songs. It's all in Korean. Everything is in Korean. So you're like cycling through until you see like Michael Jackson. Okay, yeah, this is a Michael Jackson song. Like I had no idea what we were doing, like messing with the screen, but it was fun. And like you get to close your own private room. Like it was fun. So like you could sing and nobody would hear anything. So that was fun. Yeah,
it was great.
It was a good time.
Happy birthday, Abe.
Thank you.
Before we get into this episode, Abe, can you read the comments from our previous Tony Tuesday?
Yes, I can. The first one comes from Daryl Henry, and it says, "Love this episode because it forces Tony to confront the idealized image he's always had of his father. While Tony hasn't been a good husband, I believe we've seen enough of his character to know that he would never remain with his mistress after finding out Carmela was in the hospital, especially if she was pregnant," referencing what Tony's dad did. I think it upsets him even more when he realizes his father's mistress didn't even really love him since she continued to smoke around him despite his health issues when his mother gave up smoking for him. Yeah, it was tough realities for Tony to face. This one comes from Welshie, and it says, "The last scene is so potent and sad. You can see Tony making up the excuse for his father in his head before drinking his whiskey and having his cigar, realizing how depressing his life is, and he's wasted it. And I like the subtlety of it. Instead of being all in your face, it gets you thinking about it and makes it sadder over time." Yeah,
Very true.
agreed. Yeah, that scene was like rough to watch. And the last one comes from Jihad Barassi, and it says, "Mister, you okay in there?" Yeah, top 10.
He's all right.
Top 10 Sopranos.
911's on the way.
And yeah, with that being said, Charlie, episode 8,
Marco Polo.
Woke up this morning. Got yourself a gun.
All right, don't ruin it. Just kidding.
You're 1 in a million. Blue moon in your eyes. Woke up this morning. Got yourself a gun. What a house, I'm not gonna lie. Is that a house?
This little bitch is for you. It's a Whirlpool Duet, top of the line. Same as mine.
Product placement.
Well, thank my father too, may rest in peace. This is for Freeport. It's a token.
You know, it's my understanding, Carmine, that Johnny's still sore about that.
That's why I appreciate your support. I'm moved up here now. You and me are gonna do great things together.
Oh, here we go.
Daddy! The boat is sinking!
Ooh, what?
What?
Oh, that was Phil Leotardo for sure.
Carmine! My God!
I just sailed her from Miami 3 weeks ago. She was fine.
Wonder how that happened. So is this the intro to
What the hell?
the villain like we heard our commenters saying?
Yeah, AJ.
Oh, that used to happen to me a lot.
Just like in Whiplash.
Oh no, Gramps.
Oh,
he's
he's in the
good.
bushes. No way.
Jesus.
Wow. Thank God for the bush.
Please, God, let me die first. I don't want to miss him.
He's gonna be all right.
You're lucky. In some way, you've been spared that. Well, you and Tony calling it quits now?
I don't think that changes how she would feel if he died.
Maybe we should cancel the party.
Maybe he'll be fine by his birthday. You know, he's turning 75, Ma. That's a milestone.
75 on the roof, bro? Hell no.
Crazy.
He's got some bruising. Very lucky man. Those hedges broke his fall. But a few days of rest and he should be fine. The neurologist is giving him a final look, and then you can take him home.
His roofing days are over, I'll tell you that right now.
Should have been over, bro. 75?
Well, what do you think about inviting Tony?
I don't know if I should or not.
Everybody would understand if you didn't. They're separated.
I know, but just the idea of having a family party in the backyard without Tony there manning the grill, playing host, it wouldn't be the same.
She's gonna be okay, baby.
That's like the most uncomfortable thing ever is like being in the waiting room and someone's like dying or not doing well.
I think it's a very wise decision.
What decision? I haven't made one.
I thought I heard you say that you had, that he wasn't coming.
It was always a dream of mine to own a fine Italian sports car.
Well, it set you back about
99 and change.
You're spending like you're already on the throne.
That line.
Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. Phil treats nickels like manhole covers. Believe me, I know. But the captains loyal to me need to know I stand behind them right now.
If I'm paying for it, we do it at Pushy's, or we don't do it at all. His wife's running a body shop now. We can at least control expenses.
Get in, take you for a ride.
Oh, is that the guy who had the...
Yeah, it's finally out of the cast.
Yeah, his arm looks like it's like hanging by its side though.
Dang.
Man's like a kid.
He thinks it's GTA. That's a beautiful Escalade.
Listen, a friend of mine banked up his car pretty good, so I was thinking, maybe help us both out and throw a little business your way. The thing is, I gotta pay for the repairs. Anything you can do to keep costs in line would be a big help to me.
He's not talking about the Maserati, right?
No.
Okay,
He's
I was
talking
gonna
about
say.
Phil's car.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, his name is Phil, and Carmela sends hello.
Please say hello.
Jesus.
She's like got exiled, bro, because of this entire thing.
Seemed very desperate for a friend right there.
Yikes, she's gonna look and see all that.
Girl called in sick.
You should get a new one.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, where? Throw the Burger King, the whipped cream.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The cheese puffs, right?
He looks crazy.
He'll be fine for the party, thank God.
Well, that's good.
So she's here to invite him, huh?
What party?
75th birthday, the surprise party we talked about last summer.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, next Saturday. But actually, that's why I wanted to come by. I think maybe it would be easier, anyway, for both of us, if I went at it alone and not have you there.
Never mind. Quite the opposite.
Oh, yeah.
My father would love to have you there. He's crazy about your sausages and all the rest of it. But I thought, why put us and people in an uncomfortable situation?
Well, I decided right away when we broke up I wasn't coming.
Really?
Yeah, he looks depressed.
I mean, he didn't even remember that it was coming up.
Well, I'd like to contribute anyway.
Oh, Mom and I are taking care of it.
For you, 75th? I insist.
I would rather see you go back to your therapist.
I'd like to see you go to a therapist.
Boy.
Well, it's not really your business anymore, whether I go or what.
I'm thinking that thumbnail is a flashback now.
Maybe.
Rosalie April said they're having a surprise party for Carmela's father next week. It's going to be 75. You get an invite?
Could he go to that?
Maybe.
Or is it only funerals?
I better call you. Tell him not to expect me.
It's a surprise party, Joe.
What are we, children?
Oh my god.
He's gonna ruin it.
Anyway, at our age, it's enough surprise. We're still alive every morning.
Oh my god, he's so depressing.
I want to wish you a buona fortuna and also send you my regrets. I'd love to be at your jubilee.
Junior.
Jubilee?
But the federal government says I can't leave the house, and my family keeps me sedated. Bobby told me it was a surprise party, but I told him, at our age, it's enough surprise every day when we get up in the morning, right?
I suppose so.
So happy birthday, my friend, and many more. Arrivederci.
Why did he look so despondent?
Yeah.
To me, he almost looked happy. Like, oh my god, they're gonna throw me a surprise party.
Think so? I didn't get that.
Kind of looked that way, but
I couldn't read it well. He looked emotional.
Yeah. Some sort of emotional, but it looked like almost sad.
The airbag thing, it earns good. It's not hard work, Christ knows, but I think I could be of a lot more service to you in other areas.
Oh boy.
And getting straightened out wouldn't hurt neither.
Just eat what's on your plate right now.
Yeah, take that advice.
I'm a team player, cousin. I'm Charlie Hustle. That's what you want. I'll do it.
Every time they used in Better Call Saul, the Charlie Hustle thing. They love Sopranos, bro. It's crazy.
What should I get you, DeAngelis, for his birthday? I was thinking cigars, but then I figured you were probably going to bring some.
Well, actually, I decided not to go. I had the situation. I went. I saw calm. I told her I thought it'd be best if I sit it out.
What a mature man.
he loves to flip the script on everything.
Good on him for doing that, man. What a good guy.
Oh my God, look at him.
They're digging around, trying to figure out what happened.
I'm surprised that this car didn't get totaled.
This new paint isn't as brilliant.
Factory paint, same as original.
It is different. It's duller.
Oh my God.
Something's off with the seat.
What is it, Phil?
Feels off kilter.
Oh my God.
You're right, it's off its axis. It reclines strange, too.
Bro, did they even touch the chair?
This is unacceptable.
Oh my God. He's trying to make Tony pay more.
We did what was asked of us.
Call me when it's done right.
So, Dad, how does dinner at Vesuvio sound for your birthday next week?
Just us. We'll come here first for the presents, and then we'll go over there.
Sure.
See?
He's all giddy.
He knows. think he's all happy about it.
I know all about it. You can save the cloak and dagger.
AJ.
Junior Soprano
He
told me
doesn't know.
all about it.
That miserable fucking man.
Oh.
I'm fine with knowing. In my age, it's surprise enough to be able to get out of bed every morning.
Oh my God.
Literally what Junior said.
All of us. Your brother Lester, Dr. Fagoli.
Rush Fagoli? He's in town?
He retired from the Foreign Service.
Wait, who's Dr. Fago?
Oh, man.
Dr. Fagoli served in the State Department. In Rome, he was career assistant to the ambassador to the Vatican. He got a medal from the Pope himself.
Wow.
But when we were kids together in the Navy, he had such a bad case of the crabs, we used to call him the governor of Maryland.
Oh my God. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
Who else is coming?
It's his birthday, Lou.
Freddie DeNovi.
Tony will love him.
Dad, Tony isn't coming to the party.
Why won't he come?
Well, I felt that since we're separated, we should get used to the idea of living separate lives.
Oh, that's a crock of shit.
You don't talk to her like that. This is very difficult
I've
for
known
her.
the man for 20-something years. It's his house. How's it gonna look?
Fine, I'll cancel the party.
Go right the head ahead, because I'm not coming if the man of the house isn't there.
Oh my God.
We did all the repairs you said on Phil's car. He came today, and now we found a dent in the rear, his seat, there's a problem with that. I didn't want to get into these extras without checking with you.
And Johnny, you want to run a body shop, run a body shop. You said because you claim your piece of the garage. So you want to be a woman in business and do what you think the situation calls for.
I just want to put my kids through college.
That's a good thing, Ange. You know, some woman left alone like that would have given up.
What the hell, bro? He's such an asshole.
Yeah, I need to know.
Ange, I'm not there. What do I know? It's your call.
Jeez.
Yeah, the progression to asshole is crazy.
But he, like, specifically to her, I feel like he's being cruel and, like, a little bit ridiculous.
Angelo here spoke very highly of you and how you handled yourself with him in Pennsylvania.
What is going on here?
I told Rusty that you might need a little earn.
Well, yeah, I could use a little cash injection. Maybe a push up the pyramid.
Bro, it's going to be Tony B.
We need something done.
Nice little payday for you, and an opportunity for you to hone that rep you left behind.
And this involves...
Somebody needs to go.
Who's the somebody?
New York guy, not Jersey.
Phil.
Friend of a friend, not a friend of ours.
Johnny Sack.
Friend of Johnny's.
Oh,
it's Phil.
You guys got to settle that shit.
It's not the boat.
Whoa.
It's Lorraine Caluso.
Rainey Calusa.
Wow.
Little Carmine. Went to school with her. They go back that far.
Kill a woman? Come on.
I can't sign on right now. I want to give my cousin the benefit of the doubt.
Why don't you think about it for a bit?
I don't know. I don't think so. But thanks, guys.
Interesting.
Who is that woman?
Lorraine is the one we saw early in, and they, like, trashed her house, and they were, like, basically beating up on her. They put the phone book up to her and shot through it.
I thought they already killed her.
No.
They killed that woman.
Is she dead?
They killed her. Killed her boyfriend and then killed her.
How'd they kill her?
Shot her. She was running naked through the house.
Then maybe I'm confused.
You're not using Artie?
I got him doing appetizers and salads, but he's really there as a guest. I am cooking. Tomorrow's going to be a madhouse. Just living hell.
I don't know.
Just basically asking him to come.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it.
Oh, what a cake.
Jerry said to refrigerate.
Hey, yo, is he wearing a Brazil kit?
Looks like it. Yeah, Lorraine, this is the woman I'm talking about.
Yeah, that wasn't the
Wasn't
one.
the phone
No,
book
that
one?
wasn't the phone
Different
book
lady. Okay, I was getting confused.
He
That
is
wasn't
wearing
Brazil.
Brazil shirt. But zoo.
Thanks again for letting the kids take a swim. They love being here. This is truly a beautiful home.
Greetings, birthday people.
Oh, you are here, which is great. You can help with the setup.
She's still with the same guy.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yep. Any luck with Kelly?
No, I've been scouring the internet for any trace.
She like reminding him of his daughter.
I can imagine how much you must miss her. Your only daughter. We had her 12th birthday party right before she moved out.
Poor guy.
How'd she do in school back then?
Straight A's.
What the hell's going on?
Don't lift that by yourself, you. Wait for some help.
Eddie told you had to boat for a minute. He asked us to watch the twins.
It's a nice caddy.
Yeah.
This is just chaos right now. Love it.
Oh, yeah, he had to go to the body shop.
How you doing? I'm Tony.
It reclines perfectly. Try it. I don't feel like I'm sitting at 12 o'clock.
Bro, sit on the driver's seat. That's where you're going to spend your time.
Seems okay.
How could it be okay if it's askew? What's the matter, Joey? You got a fucking eye problem? You look like Stevie Wonder, your eyes rolling around.
Oh my God.
Replacing the seat will cost a fortune. Give me a break, Phil. The seat is fine. You just have a problem with the grain on the leather from the factory. You think I'm stupid?
Oh,
Don't take it out on me.
Yikes.
I'm confused. Like, so she's afraid to do these repairs and then charge Tony for it? She's just going to eat the
Yeah,
cost?
she doesn't want, well, yeah, exactly.
That's what he...
Because if the cost goes crazy, Tony's going to be upset. So she's either going to have to eat the cost or have him be upset.
He said for her to do what she had to do, but...
Oh,
okay.
This is not appropriate.
Brother.
This is crazy.
We are at an elderly man's birthday
With
party.
children. There are children around.
The hell are we doing?
A lovely Carmela Soprano. Would you like to say a few words?
Oh, he's back, thank
The home videos.
He is bringing the charcoal and the sausage. He's always got to wait till the last minute.
I heard that. Columbus, the birthday boy's favorite. Where is he?
Honey, try to pay.
Gonna make a hell of an interview.
Hey, there he is. Hey, happy birthday to you. Got salsicha for you.
Life of the party.
Russ, wait till you taste this stuff. There's nothing else like it. Tony, I want you to meet a couple of our oldest friends. Dr. Russ and Lena Fagoli. My son-in-law, well, whatever.
Well, whatever.
A doctor in the house, huh? That's good, because somebody usually goes down at these things.
He's just joking.
Unfortunately, my doctorate is in international affairs.
So you're a doctor like Kissinger's a doctor?
Yes.
Huh.
Russ had an audience with 4 popes.
Tony be in the back. Looks banging.
Yep.
That looks really good.
I could go for that right now.
Yeah.
I would like to make a toast to the man of the hour. A man who I love more than words could possibly say. My father.
Here, here.
You are the best father and grandfather in the world. Salud.
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 Aw.
Tony, thank you for having us at your home. My lovely bride. Still the prettiest girl in the world.
Oh, he's so cute.
Thank you for putting up with me all these years.
Oh, see, the sentimental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't you open up your gifts, Dad?
Not now, Carmela. It's very mercenary.
Well, good. People spent money on them.
I'll break the ice. Open this one.
Yeah, it's from him.
Looks like a fancy gift.
Stratocaster?
Oh.
A Beretta.
Shotgun, wow.
Oh, sorry.
So interesting seeing Christopher and Adriana as like extras in the background. That was so...
Nice to have money.
Tony, can you bring the camera over here and get a shot of this?
Sure, I got nothing better to do.
Yeah, the way I think now it's...
He's going to shoot it, isn't he?
Like the freezer full of venison this year, you.
You got it, kid. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my
You're making
God.
me nervous
Oh my
as hell.
God.
No, it's not loaded.
Better not be.
His stomach.
Filming his stomach is hilarious.
Oh.
I'm dead.
Damn, this party doesn't end.
Italian parties.
It's just like our people.
Yeah,
man.
it's just like Brazilian parties
so
too,
true.
yeah.
They ain't gonna leave for a while.
You know, that company goes back to the 1500s. Sure, the best pieces, they never export, you see.
Oh, he's trying to undermine the gift.
I want one and all here to know what a wild man Hugo was in his day. Remember what he did at the Bund meeting in Patterson, Russ? Threw that cherry bomb on those crowds?
Yeah, tell that one.
Oh.
You made my father's year with that gun.
He deserves it. Thanks. Salud.
This is why I think everybody leaves after everybody leaves the party. Just the two of them chilling in the pool, like we saw in the thumbnail.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think we have the greatest legal system in the world, but it's becoming more and more discriminatory. I mean, if you're a minority, or worse, an immigrant from an Arab country, civil rights don't apply at all.
In no place is the breach of civil rights more evident than the penal system. Rehabilitation, please. The nature of the system instills the convict mentality to the point where prison becomes the only venue where the convict can function.
Tony B's a
All
scholar.
the money I'm
algebra.
spending over at Liberal University in sunny Harlem.
Liberal University.
How you doing? Yeah? Remember you little girl what I used to call you?
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He's very jealous of Tony this episode.
No, I think it's revealing who the villain is going to be. It could be Tony B.
This episode, I don't know how to describe this, but this episode feels like a movie. I don't know why.
Your friend's maxing out the situation down there at Bush's factory seat, 2K.
Well, I'd hate to see you get stuck with that.
No, you wouldn't, bro. What a weirdo.
Then again, my friend over there is taking me to the cleaners with this divorce shit. I got a belt tight.
Uh-oh.
Can we get some able-bodied seamen over here? Tony B?
Am I a fucking slave?
Oh!
What happened to him? He would drink too much, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, Virginia Mayo.
It's his 75th birthday. Let him have a ball.
Thank you for coming. I'm sorry for everything. What can I say?
Get my boy home safe.
What's she sorry for?
You sorry for what?
Uh,
No, I want to hear.
the off-color jokes, the sausage twirling.
Tony.
These are cultured Italians. Russ is a success, a diplomat. This was a shock for them.
He's such a diplomat, he insults his host. You heard what he said to Tony. He's a pompous man. He always was.
So now she's defending Tony.
That's why you didn't want Tony here. It had nothing to do with the marital situation. All along, it was so that your cultured Italian friends, who were born and raised on Arthur Avenue, I might add, wouldn't meet your Gavone son-in-law. Whatever we are, I am proud of it, unlike you, obviously. And when Meadow came out, oh my God, she's so dark. There are Italians all around with their closet self-loathing. I just never wanted to believe my mother was one of them. And now what the f*** are you crying about?
Oh, she's being mad. Yeah, she's being cruel.
Marco.
Hello.
Fish out of water. You're it, Tom. Taking the T.O.
How do you know it was Tony? With his eyes closed.
Oh, no, really. I'll get it. I'll get it.
He's going to throw it in the pool.
Oh.
Yep.
Tony, put me down!
It looks like you could use a dip.
No, don't you dump...
Two.
Don't, Tony, don't!
Yeah, drown your kid. That's
Man,
gonna be me.
That's heartbreaking to see.
Yeah, it's kind of beautiful.
No,
But
it's
sad.
but
that,
it's sad
like,
of the situation. It's
Pleasant dreams, Hammers.
Night, Dad. Good night, Grandma.
What's this?
I don't know. Yes, you do. Shut up. Pins from the 96 Olympics in Atlanta, it looks like.
What?
How did he have this?
That's when you were stationed in Saudi Arabia, right, Dad?
Yes, that's right, but I'm talking to your brother. You took this tonight, didn't you?
I bought it from AJ.
You stole this from your cousin who opens his house to you?
I found it on the floor way in back of AJ's closet. He doesn't care. With all the stuff he has, he got to go to the Olympics and everything. I love where he lives. I don't want to come back here.
Oh,
damn.
My son steals from his own family. You're gonna return it tomorrow and apologize. Where are your Game Boys?
That's mine. Jason's is in the drawer.
I'm giving both of these to the Salvation Army.
I didn't do nothing.
You're just as bad as he is because you didn't stop him.
Try. Tony, let's call it a night.
Why?
Marty is right over there. Tony.
This is nice, no? Doesn't it feel nice?
I didn't say that. No, Tony, don't.
She's going to regret this in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, question, why does he have this wrapped on his head? He doesn't have any hair.
Literally just nothing. Morning.
So, which type of torture
Oh, that look.
He's going to take the job.
wants more money.
How can I help you?
I'm in.
Oh, here we
This
go.
Is this the girl? Or is it him that they want gone?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Tony, right? Oh, you come here too?
Oh, my God.
What a dumbass. I didn't know that's who they wanted to kill.
Yeah, because at the end of the conversation, they were like, killing a woman? Come on. Or something. I don't know. So I guess they weren't talking about her? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe go back to that scene at one point if you can. Shocked to even him drive car running over his foot.
Crazy. Do you want to go back?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Somebody needs to go.
Anyone I know?
New York guy, not Jersey.
He's referring to Phil.
Friend of a friend, not a friend of ours.
Okay, so then
Friend of Johnny's.
Okay.
You guys gotta settle that shit.
It's not the boat.
It's not the boat.
It's Lorraine Caluso.
Rainy Calusa.
Little Carmine went to...
Oh,
is
Rainy
he
Calusa.
Is he the guy who killed her?
Kill a woman.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
on.
that's what it was.
Oh,
We got
I
it.
got it.
We got it.
He's the one who
got it.
killed
Yeah.
her.
Got it,
He
got it.
came
They weren't
around.
asking her to kill. So, okay, I was right, but they ended up killing that woman.
They ended up, he
They
killed
killed
her.
Rainey.
The guy that
Joey.
Yeah.
Joe killed Rainey. So that was confusing because at
That's
first
what
I
I'm
thought they were
understanding.
asking him to kill a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it sounded like. All right, my bad.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But damn, isn't he like Phil Leotardo's
Yeah, it's his like right hand.
Yeah.
And Phil is Johnny's right hand. So that's gonna stir some shit.
And Abe, you had a comment where you said that this episode felt like a movie.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why you said that. What stood out to you in that?
I don't
in
know.
that area.
I don't know what it was specifically, but like the family party for whatever reason for me just felt like the second act of a film. Like, you know, something is happening, something is culminating before a climax. Like, I think that's what I felt. And there was just like movie-like qualities to this. I felt like some of the filmmaking choices, I thought. But like, I don't know, it was more feeling than something that I could, you know, pinpoint. But I don't know if you guys agreed with that feeling or not, or if you could see where. I think narratively too, part of the narratives like really felt like a second act of a film.
Yeah, it just reminded me of a mafia film when they throw parties, like just how they set up the scenes, like in the Godfather, right, literally in the first act, in the wedding. Like it's just, I could see where you were connecting, because I feel like a lot of mafia films, when they do parties, it seems, you know, something is building up for something crazy to happen.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, it wasn't like, you know, expert analysis. Me saying
no,
it just
no,
felt
no,
like just like in the moment, I was like, oh,
that was the
feels like a
vibe
movie.
you got from
That
it.
was the vibe,
Yeah, 100%. And Charlie, we saw this dynamic with Tony B that has been developing, of him looking to move up the social class and where he is, and it really affected him because of the comment his children made to him. And I want to focus on Tony B right now, and what has happened with Tony B in his development, and what has stood out to you in this area of him being conflicted of his social class and where he sits and how he views himself around his family.
I would say the first thing is I'm kind of surprised how quick the change happened for him, because all it took was that that argument that he had with Mr. Kim, and also with his girl on the phone and all that stuff. Like, he kind of just snapped, right? And it obviously it was building up, because like he was doing everything by himself, trying to set up the massage place, and nobody was helping him. And you know, for me, that change was like, whoa, this guy's got something deeper going on in his mind that is really bothering him. And from seeing the stuff that we saw in this episode, I see him being jealous of Tony, right? In his situation, like his family, the home he lives in, the fact that he's able to give people extravagant gifts.
And it's not just him, it's his kids, right? Because his kids almost mentioned that exactly.
Right. And like, he was like, oh, must be nice to be rich, you know? And I think right now he kind of feels like the errand boy for everything, because
he made that comment, what am I, a slave?
Yeah. When they asked to go help Carmela's dad. And also, you know, Tony's out here sending Tony B out to, you know, negotiate stuff for him, like with the car and fuel Leotardo. So I feel like Tony B is like, you know what, it's my time now. And also, maybe revenge will play a little part in this too, because we saw early on, like when Tony B got out of jail, there's some sort of history between him and Tony Soprano, where one of them got caught in a situation. That's how he ended up in jail, and Tony Soprano went free. So I think there's jealousy involved, and also maybe a little bit of like revenge, or he feels like he's owed something. So yeah, I think that's where his progression has gone so far. But yeah, it was crazy to see the switch happen so quickly, and then basically like the first thing we see, big job that he takes, he has to kill somebody. He just took it and he did it.
And a very
two people.
a very significant person at that, because he's got to kill, you know, the right hand man of Phil Leotardo, who is Johnny Sack's right hand man, and that is going to stir some serious shit within the New York crew and the Jersey crew.
Right.
So,
and they're already like feuding.
Yeah,
right?
There's well, the thing is, like, there's some stuff within like Little Carmine and Johnny Sack. Like, Tony's whole point was like, don't get involved, because we can just kind of pick up the scraps after the fact. We stay Switzerland, you know, we don't have to have any issues and all that. Now this makes them implicated. Like, now they are in it.
Yeah.
Like, whether anybody knows that it's Tony B is one question, because supposedly he killed the witness that was there. But if they find out, like, that's a big problem.
I think the one thing that's going to go against him is getting run over by the car, because I don't know if they can take DNA from his shoe, or just the injury itself, him having a hurt foot, and they're like, oh, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And then, I think put 2 and 2 together later on.
I think the other way that can have an implication is that Angelo and the other guy, I forget his name, that are like on Little Carmine's side, could basically just be like, well, Johnny, we have basically Tony's side because Tony B put out a hit on Joe. So like, doesn't matter now. Like if they say something, they're instantly implicated in what's going on.
Yeah. Tony's not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Soprano.
So I was looking, like, one other thing I think with Tony B that was super interesting was the conversation he was having with Meadow about like the justice system, and like he was basically saying that like the penal system is so flawed that the convict mentality gets ingrained within prisoners that they don't know how to function outside of that environment.
Right.
And it's almost like we're seeing this in real time. Is like, he had this idea of like going on the straight and narrow and whatnot, but like he's been so ingrained in the fact that he is a criminal and a bad person that flipping the switch to the negative and being that guy that he was put in jail for in the first place is what he's defaulting to, and it's like an easy switch. So to me, it almost felt like he was confirming that in the conversation with Meadow is like, I'm basically this guy. Like what they put in my brain is that I'm a criminal. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be a criminal. And I thought that was super interesting to see.
And do you guys think that this this quick change makes sense of everything of who Tony B is?
I think so. I mean, I think it's like it's a little bit of like a cognitive dissonance or like a juxtaposition where like you know what he wants to do, like in his like moral compass, he knows what's right. Like if he didn't, then he wouldn't have tried to go straight when he came out of prison. But the other piece of that is what Charlie was mentioning, like the jealousy of Tony having this lavish life from what he can see, right? Because like behind the scenes, there's a lot of BS, that there's a lot of stuff that in Tony's life isn't going so well,
right?
Especially with the family dynamic. But like the money, the being powerful, having the family and whatever, and like all this pressure to live up to that. I think it's almost now where he's like, can I be Tony? And there's aspects of Tony B like looking down a little bit on Tony Soprano, and like, I don't think he necessarily respects him at the level that everybody else does.
Would you say like Tony B is like, if I were in your shoes?
Yeah. You don't know how good you have it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to say as far as to say that that's his main mission right now is to like be the boss.
No.
It's definitely like, let's make some fast money right now type of thing.
I think it's that, but I also think like there's other ways to make fast money, right? And one of the ways, the thing that he did was absolutely against what Tony Soprano would have wanted.
Right.
So in my mind, like deep down, he's not afraid to go against Tony, and to do that, like you really have to be prepared to like completely go against Tony.
I think also the money is another factor, because definitely like a hit on somebody is definitely a bigger payout than whatever he was doing for Tony.
Sure.
Like transmissions or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. But here's the problem with Tony B. He's a gambling addict.
Yeah.
He had all that money.
Yep.
So
he got for free.
Exactly. He got for free, and he blew it.
Yeah.
So he talks about owning houses. He talks about having all these lavish things, but he doesn't know how to control money.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's a flaw that we see in him, and him having these aspirations, I don't think is a reality for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a really heartbreaking downfall to see, because I think, like he was talking with Meadow, I think he already foreshadowed it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's brilliant writing.
Yeah, I agree. You're going to see like the full rise and fall of a character, and their morality and their values, everything change based on the environment that they're in, which is great to see. Like that is kind of what we've been examining this entire show is, with Tony Soprano, like what does your moral compass actually do for you when you're in this situation, when you're in this environment that is crime, women, power, all of that will lead you to, bad moral place, for lack of a better way to say it. Like all of that is going to lead you in a negative direction. We saw that with Tony Soprano. Now we're seeing it in like quick time with Tony B.
Right. And then,
yeah, question. Can you guys remind me if I'm wrong here, but is Tony has he been shielding Tony B from the mob life, or has he not been? I don't recall. Exactly.
When he first came out, he was like trying to give him an opportunity to earn.
Right.
And Tony B was like, no, I'm going to go straight and narrow.
Okay.
And then the second that he, made the flip, he was like, hey, those airbags, blah, blah, blah. And Tony's like, yep, let's do it. But now he's trying to
slow him down.
He's trying to slow him down from getting too, over his skis.
I was just going to say, like, it seems like everybody that Tony tries to protect to not get involved gets screwed over.
Yeah. 100%.
And
but that's the thing. Like we talked about this, right? Like the proximity to that environment is inevitably going to impact how you live in some way, shape, or form, especially if you already have been like predisposed to doing some of those things. Like it's impossible. Like it's like saying you're a drug addict and you come back and you hang out with just junkies. Like you are probably going to relapse. Like it's just the nature of the beast. If you are, a former criminal and you're trying to go straight, but you hang out with criminals when you leave, you're probably going to go right back into that.
And this is a very like tiny, mirroring of that or whatever, but comparison. But his kids, when he stole the thing from AJ's room, and then his other son, he also took away his Game Boy, even though he didn't do anything. And he's basically like, well, you didn't stop him. So he's guilty by association.
Yeah.
And that's a similar thing to Tony B. Like he is, just because he's involved, in any way whatsoever, he would also be guilty by association.
Right.
No matter what. So yeah. It's like it's almost like one is like trying to be the good guy, but it doesn't matter because he's with the other one who
his
stole.
associates. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. That's a really good point, Charlie. And then we also see Carmela and Tony. That was
weird.
Yeah.
It
was.
I felt uncomfortable
Yeah.
the whole scene with them like kissing and everything. Like you can
Yeah.
tell like Carmela didn't want to like give into it. But at the end of the day, like she's kind of given into Tony so much in the past that I think that she just kind of let it happen.
That and the fact that she was, probably had a lot to drink.
Correct. Yeah, that too
will impact that
decision making for sure. So yeah, that felt just odd. I'm very curious of what the fallout's gonna be. Like, if I were to guess, I would be like, Carmela wants nothing to do with Tony. Like, doesn't want him around the house, and he's gonna think like, I'm moving back in. Like, it's just, that's how I just see this going, and it's not gonna end well.
Yeah. I just think the reality of it is that, the only way that Carmela can truly free herself from the situation, she has to move. She has to leave. She has to go to a different environment. She's still in that environment. So I think what happened here was inevitable. It was going to happen.
Yeah, it's so interesting though, right? Because like part of her, I think we see another like kind of dichotomy with her. It's because like she doesn't want to associate with Tony. She doesn't want to be around Tony anymore. But in the same vein, she's protecting Tony in the way that he is and their family from her mother, and the way that her mother wants to basically put them down. So she's kind of having this like push and pull of like, I know Tony's not good for me or my family, but at the same time, like, he's the father of my kids. I want to defend him. Like, he's my husband. And they're not divorced yet. So, like, all that stuff I feel like is like this push and pull. I don't think she'll end up going back to Tony or letting him in. I could be wrong. But maybe this is the start of, like, seeing her kind of give in and just accept the life that they live and all the BS that comes with Tony. So, it'll be that's, like, the thing I'm most curious about in the next episode.
And then there was a very interesting discussion that Carmela had with her mother about the Italian culture, the Italian identity. Abe, what stood out to you in that discussion? Because I think that is a common occurrence that we see in a lot of multicultural. When you're living in the United States, being immigrants, multicultural, you have these sort of discussions. So I just want to know what stood out to you in that aspect.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because we've seen this. We've seen a conversation like this before. It always reminds me of the Dr. Melfi dinner table discussion, where they talk about like the way that like mobs are portrayed and that people think that Italian Americans are all that, but that's not what it is. And I think that, Carmela and the Sopranos in general, they almost like perpetuate every stereotype of the Italian American mob family. And Carmela's mother is like very against that and not a fan of it, and wanted to appear as if they're a cultured Italian family and didn't want to be embarrassed by it. But at the end of the day, like, to me, this just exemplified that, like, Carmela's life, like, everything she knows is like with Tony, with the family, like operating in that environment. And like, if anything, she's not ashamed of it because she's benefited from it. Her friends are like part of that life. The people she's most connected to are like family within the mob family. And, you know, her, you know, kids have been exposed to people within that, and they, like, you know, for the most part, you know, optically they can create a nice, loving family environment. So I think that she's like trying to defend that and defend the choice that she made by marrying Tony and being involved in all this. But I also think it's like, it's a similar thing you see in general with anything that's, you know, I think when a lot of cultures get like Americanized, people can get ashamed of what that means. Like, cultures change and evolve as, you know, people move to different countries and all that stuff. So I feel like for us, it'd be similar. Like when you have like Brazilians from Brazil and they come here and they meet like Brazilian Americans, like there's always a cultural difference. And there's always something that's not going to be the same, but I don't feel like people should be ashamed of that. They should just kind of embrace it. But you can understand why, you know, some people are maybe a little bit snobby, arrogant, and be like, no, the culture is this and you're bastardizing it or you're doing something bad with it.
I mean, you always kind of feel a little bit out of place, right, in our situation where we're born here, but the family is from somewhere else. Because, like, here in America, we're Brazilian, but you go to Brazil, we're American.
Yeah.
So we don't quite 100% fit in anywhere.
Either box. Exactly.
It's like a mixture. So, yeah, it's a very confusing sometimes situation to be in. And
but I appreciated Carmela like defending the facts. Like, this is who we are. Like, I don't care what your fancy friends think. Like, this is our life. This is our family. If they don't like it, goodbye. Which I think is respectable. Like, at the end of the day, I mean, regardless of all of the craziness of the mob and like the morality issues, you know, the personalities, like the way people are, like that stuff, she should defend. So it made sense to me.
Yeah, no, that was a good scene. I really like that.
Yeah.
And is there anything else I missed out?
I think that was everything.
That was everything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching and listening this episode. We love you guys and see you soon for more Tony Tuesday. Stay beautiful, y'all.
See you.